Another one. Another wrestling recall. This is being done literally right after the other one. I'm trying to do them in bulk. This is the match that defined a generation. Sorry, it has. I don't know if anybody liked it. I don't know if anybody didn't like it. But legitimately, this was a match, as far as I'm concerned, defined a generation of wrestling. ECW, Sandman, Tommy Dreamer, Woman, in a Singapore cane match. Now, let's digest this before we even talk about the match itself. And I want to make this clear. This match is the purest form of the Singapore cane match. Every match WWE did is a pale piece of garbage. Even Impact Wrestling tried this, and it was garbage. Trash. Now, how did this match come to be? Well, it was back around maybe 1993, I believe, a year before this match even happened, that an American went to Singapore and got himself in trouble. And for his punishment, he was caned by a Singapore cane. That made top news. A lot of people were highly offended that an American was beaten with a cane. How dare they do that? But it was done, and it was the right thing to do. He screwed up, he fucked himself up, and he had to be punished by their law. And the United States government could not stop the caning. It had to be done because it was a sovereign nation. He went there, he acted stupid. Or and some people thought that he was blameless, but we know that Americans do act a little stupid. And pretty much, he got caned for it. So, whoever it was, either Paulie, Sandman, or Tommy, they said, you know what, let's do a match based on this situation. Let's say that Woman got insulted, and Sandman was so pissed, he wanted to get revenge. So a Singapore cane match was come up with, that whoever loses the match has to be beaten by a cane. In other words, 10 shots from a Singapore cane. 10. And that was the premise. Now, I gotta make this very clear. I tried to find the full match on YouTube. I could not find it. Unfortunately, I did find a video that showed after the match was over, but not the match itself. It was very short, less than like a minute and a half. The match was done. And unfortunately, an entire match recorded on YouTube was not done. So I could not find it. But I am going to leave the link below of the aftermath of the match, because I'll describe it. When you see Tommy coming out to the ring, he attacks Sandman, and he looked like he got the upper hand. But Woman, who is, unfortunately, sadly, the second wife of Chris Benoit. She was known as Woman at the time. They met each other in ECW. He left ECW to WWE, and looks like Woman also left ECW, become his wife, had a kid, and unfortunately, you already know the rest of what happened with him, his son, and his wife. But at that time, she was known as Woman. And she was the Sandman's handler. And after the match was over, because she interfered in the match, she had the cane, whacked Tommy in the face, he was done, and the ref, who had been blinded at the time, did not see the cane shot. But when it was over, Tommy was cheated. Everyone said he was cheated. The commentary team said he was cheated. It's unfair. And I do believe it was Joey Styles that was doing it at the time. I don't remember correctly, but I do believe Joey Styles was the one who was doing commentary. He's saying this was not right. They should restart the match. He got cheated. The commissioner, I can't remember his name, but the commissioner who was running ECW wasn't shown as Paulie, was somebody else. But he came out and said, this is not right. This is unfair. Tommy, you don't have to do this. It doesn't need to be uploaded. But Tommy took the mic from him and said, no. I said I was going to do the match no matter what. I'm doing this no matter what. Hands the mic back to the commissioner of ECW. And pretty much made it very clear he was going to take the hits. Now, Woman said, Tommy, you know you don't have to take these hits. You don't have to. You just gotta bow and kiss my feet. And he said, I'd rather kiss the kendo stick. Well, the Singapore cane. And here's the thing. I think back at this video with Sandman. Literally. And the thing that kills me is that this was such an epic moment. That people redid it, replayed it, could see it. They would know how special it was. This was the first Singapore cane match where they used a kendo stick on a major promotion. Not an indie promotion, a major promotion. First time. Unlike anything anyone has ever seen other than the indies at the time. And the thing that kills me, Impact Wrestling and WWE refused to copy it. They wanted to put their own twist, was they gotta fight each other, a kendo stick is hanging over the ring, whoever gets could use it. It was a waste. I've said this for years on this channel. Repeat what Tommy and Sandman did. It was so special that no one could ever say that person who took the cane shots did not get over. And that was the thing. Tommy took 10 shots. Each shot was getting harder and harder, and he played into it. Every time he got hit, he just groaned and collapsed down onto the mat. And woman kept constantly screwing with him, saying, do you want to keep doing this? You just got to kiss my feet, Tommy. And I know she was very, very blah. She didn't talk that well. She was not a talker. She was not a talker. Gorgeous looking woman, but could not talk to save her life. But it helped the match. And each time he took those shots, more and more, everyone was begging them to stop. When it was over, and he was cut up on his back a bit, he turned to Sandman and said, is that all you got? Is that all you got? I can keep going all night. And you can see Sandman. He was so emotional because it was done so good. It was so fast. Well, how can I say this? As someone who had not watched the match, I'm sure, counting if you ever seen the match, if you've seen it, not just in person, but actually watched the match, you will see how heavily charged the fans were. The Philly fans were very charged people at that time in the 90s. Trust me on this. They didn't take nothing for granted. If they liked you, they would cheer for you. They hated you, they boo your ass out of the damn arena. And they embraced Tommy. It was so emotional, so over the top. Sandman his lip was quivering because he was so emotional himself. Because it did such a great job to not only get him over, but Tommy over. This is one of the most iconic, not the most iconic, but one of the most iconic matches and aftermath of the match that you could ever see. I still love it. Unfortunately, I just wish there was a way to get a clean video of it, because YouTube does not have it unless it's region locked, because I'm in America. Maybe it's somewhere on another server, somewhere on YouTube in another country. I thought of doing a VPN. Had considered it. But as far as I can tell, I don't think it's even there. If it's not on general American YouTube, you're not going to find it anywhere else generally, because every other place, they have certain limits. Like the UK's YouTube is very limited now. Very, very limited right now. So if it's not on American YouTube, it's not there. But you can see the after the match and the caning. I will leave a link below. I really hope you enjoyed this wrestling recall. Remember, watch the match first, then comment. Don't worry about it. Watch the match. You can watch me during the review, but afterward, watch the match, then come back, comment. If you want to, give it a like. Peace.